Hello, this is Women's World Podcast. This is a safe place to talk about everything from self development, sensuality, relationships, to feminine energy, and much more in regards to women. Hello, my name is Irmina, as you know me, Pantera on Instagram or any other platform, and my co host, Laila. Part 3, by the way. You should listen to part 1, part 2, and we're going to part 3 with Doreen Fit. She
Hi.
is the CEO of Unfazed. Unfazed is a brand for gym outfits and anything that has to do with booty workouts,
Training equipment.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So that's why we're gonna cover some topics about booty training.
Mm-hmm.
You're the absolute expert at that because
Yeah.
you were also a personal
Yeah.
trainer before.
Got a question from Instagram by Annalise. Can you get a big butt with just home workouts?
I actually started with home workouts. For my first year of training, I only worked out at home. And I actually started with like the Selter squat challenge. Do you remember?
Oh, 30
God,
days
that's
squat challenge.
Yes.
Such a long time
Yes.
ago.
Oh my
God. Yes.
Jen Selter, yeah.
And it was like what we now use in the gym, progressive overload. That was exactly what that 30-day challenge was.
Uh-huh.
Because you started with day 1 was 50 squats, then day 2 was 75, then 100. So for those 30 days, you went up from 50 squats to 250. And that is actually what makes your muscles grow. You always have to do a little bit more challenging, so your muscles have to grow to keep up with that demand.
So basically, if you're training at home, you just need to level up every workout?
Yes,
That's what you're saying.
that's very important. Next to that, you have to eat enough. Like if you eat too little, your muscles have no fuel to grow. They will grow because you demand them to with the more work you ask them to do, but it won't be as good as when you eat enough protein and enough food in general. But that's what you have to do. You will not see your body grow if you do the same exact workout every time, the same exact thing for months. You won't see anything because you do not demand your muscles to grow. Like I'm good as I am right now for what I need to do, so I just stay like this. Same for like the gym. You have to take more weights like every training actually, or 1 repetition more every week. You can do this as well at home. If you do not want to give too much money to the gym, which there are very expensive gyms, there are cheaper ones as well, or you just don't feel comfortable in the gym, you can start just with bodyweight exercises. And then I would recommend like making an actual training schedule that you have to do like 3 times a week, but so 3 different workout days. And you pick around, at home I would pick more exercises than in the gym, so around 6 to 7 different exercises for 3 to 4 sets. And then you keep them in your notes on your phone, on your phone. And you put next to that how many repetitions for those sets. So what you do not want to do when you train at home, same for the gym, is already put your repetitions in beforehand. Because then, I'm at 12, okay, I can stop. No. Or you can do that, start with 12, and you know, okay, next time I have to do at least 2 more.
Yeah.
But your first workout then has to be challenging enough. And if it gets too easy, you have to do more. At home, you can go to like 30 reps and then maybe buy some weights. And then you can start with 10 repetitions again with those weights till you can do easily 30 of them. Then you take more weights. And like that, you can train at home for a long time, because from 10 repetitions to 30, that will take some time, will take some weeks. And you don't need a lot of weights in the beginning, because 30 repetitions, it is a lot. So that's my number 1 tip, is keep track for all your workouts. Don't do the same thing every, every time.
And also progressive overload.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is progressive overload,
Yeah.
exactly.
And giving
Yeah.
some tension with the elastic bands. That
Yeah.
helps. Yeah. Because
So you can
were selling
start-
them, right?
Yes, as well. You can start hip thrusts, glute bridges, kickbacks without anything, just with the weight of your legs and just of your body. And then when the 30 reps become too easy, you start using a band, a light band.
Yeah.
Then you go to medium, large, heavy.
Ankle
Yeah.
weights.
Ankle weights for
I have it from
kickbacks.
you still. The
Yeah.
1.5 kilos. Could
Two,
be?
two
Or
and a half.
Two, yeah.
Yeah.
Two
And you
and a
can
half,
even
yeah.
put 2 ankle weights of 2.5 on one leg, then it's 5
Yeah.
kilograms. You can do things at home for
Yeah.
a long period of time. I do not say that you can keep growing your glutes at home or you have to buy a lot of weights. But I
Yeah.
think the first year, a year is a long time, you can keep growing at home.
Yeah.
But there is going to be a point that it's not going to be enough anymore.
Yeah.
Is it going to also help if you're switching it up with other exercises? For instance, what I mentioned in the previous episode, for example, including Pilates in my routine,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my hamstrings and my glutes are always sore. So if I'm switching that with booty workouts, it's
Mhm.
going to grow faster, right?
Depends. Like being sore doesn't always mean you're growing.
I mean, in combination with the right eating, with the right
Yeah.
diet.
But if you, for the first times, because Pilates is differently demanding on your body, you will have to do different movements. Like you are going to do hip thrust bridge kind of movements, but more advanced than you just do in the gym. So you
More
are going
complex,
to,
like,
it's more
yeah.
complex. So you are going to be a bit sore because your body's not used to that at all. But after a while, your body is going to get used to that, and then it won't benefit
Yeah,
you
that's
anymore.
also true. If you're getting also used to the Pilates, you're getting used to home workouts.
Yeah.
What then? You really need to go to the gym then, or
Or buy more weights.
more
You can't
different equipment and
Yeah.
try different exercises.
maybe
Yeah.
what you can do to stay at home as long as possible is do more sets or more time under tension or take little rest between. So maybe you started with 2-minute rest periods between your sets, now you do 1 minute. That's also progressive overload because you're demanding more on your muscle. But yeah, you always have to keep pushing yourself. And I personally keep my training schedule for about 4 months and then I switch it up because you cannot, like if I squat 60 kilograms, I cannot keep going up. Then in a year I squat 200. That's not.
Yeah.
That-
There was a time that you actually squatted like 120 kilos.
Not me.
No?
Not me. Because I never went really into the powerlifting.
Because I know your quads were huge back then. It was like there was like a picture in a pink legging, and her quads were insane, and you were doing a lot of squats. I
But
think,
that was because
time.
I heightened the frequency of my workouts.
Mhm.
That was in the period that I did leg day every day, which is
Yeah,
not something I
exactly.
recommend because you need to rest
Yeah,
to
definitely.
actually grow. But I did quads one day, isolating, then glutes, isolating, then hamstring. So I did every day a leg day, but it was only 2 times a week, 2 times quads, 2 times glutes. But
Yeah.
I had a lot of progress then because that was a frequency my body was never used to. Again,
Yeah.
progressive overload. Again, doing something you are not used to.
Yeah. And
So
do you consider yourself more quad dominant or glute dominant?
I was very quad dominant.
Yeah, me
Dominant
too.
in the beginning.
Because your tools did help me a lot with like getting rid of the quad dominance, and now I feel way more contact in my glutes as well.
Mhm.
So that really helped me, honestly. The glute activation, I
Mhm.
think that's really important for people like us who are normally very
Yeah.
quad dominant.
What I did to get rid of the quad dominance is I skipped quad exercises completely for about a year. I did not do lunges, I did not do squats, did not do leg extensions. I only did glute dominant exercises, and now when I do a lunge, I feel it in my glutes. Yep.
So you can totally change it up, actually.
Yeah, but it took me some time.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it is dominant for that time because that muscle is bigger at that time.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is stronger, and I just now know how to isolate and think about that muscle and how I have to move my upper body to make it more glute dominant, because you can, it's more straight up, it's more quad, more leaning forward.
And pushing through the heels for me
As well.
personally also helps with
Yep.
the glute work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me
really
too.
focusing on the glutes and the hamstrings,
Mhm.
pushing through the heels is always like the key.
Yep.
Mhm.
But if your quads are already stronger than your glutes, you can do whatever you want. Your quads will do most
Take
of the
over.
work. Yeah.
So
Yeah, take the
actually,
job.
just build up the strength in your glutes until it shifts.
They are stronger than
Yeah.
your quads, and then they will be the prime mover, even
Yeah.
though they work together. But it's more like training around your natural cycle. So if you are on the pill or another concept, anti-concept,
like birth control.
Yeah, birth
Birth
control.
this does not, like, you don't have to listen to this, but if you have a natural cycle, you can train around your cycle. That's the biggest difference between men and women. A woman has a 30-day-ish cycle from hormones that go up, go down in those 30 days, while a man has 24 hours, and that's there.
Yeah.
And every day is the same for men.
Mhm.
So their testosterone is up in the morning, goes down in the evening. So they actually, ideally, would have to train around their daily cycle. Us women have to train around that week. I'm the strongest. Okay, then I do that. That week I'm weakest. Okay, so I have to take care of that.
That is always a thing. Yeah? The hormones, and for us, it's not always simple and easy to work out the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
If I see my boyfriend also, he's like, oh, I see you, sometimes you're training hard, but sometimes you're just moving. But I'm like, but honey, I don't need to always do my PR. Every training, I
Yeah.
don't need to
It's-
prove that I have strength or whatever. Sometimes you just don't have the strength, and you
Yeah.
gotta work with what you have. So then I just do more repetitions and yeah,
And
just
I
less
think
weight.
you feel your body very well, because you will feel more strong in the middle of your cycle, like week 2 and week 3 around your ovulation. You are the most strong. And then before your period, the week, you are the most weak. And then the week of your period, your strength goes up again, but the first days you're still
Yeah.
very.
Yeah, and the cramps
As well, it's
that
not really
doesn't help
comfortable.
to train. Yeah.
I don't really because I don't take birth control anymore, and I've noticed that I'm actually stronger than when I was on birth control. I like had way more progress. Now I have
Yep.
way more progress, way quicker, and I also am not that like fluctuations in the month. Like with my hormones, I don't feel it as much as when I was on birth control. I don't know, like on birth control, I also like, it was very hard for me to lose weight. And now I'm not taking birth control for 4 years right now. Still haven't had a baby.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's way easier to like have progress and train and stuff like when you're not on birth control, I feel.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. But I know it's not possible for some women.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
if they
What
really
about
cannot
cardio,
get
by the way, what do you think about cardio? Because like some women are afraid of doing cardio because they're gonna lose the butt.
Yeah, we are all three very focused on weightlifting, but there are a lot
Well,
of other
But I
Maybe
should
not
be
that
doing
much
more
anymore.
cardio
Yeah, me too.
just for
I
health.
think yeah.
It's just
exactly.
so healthy
It's just
to
important
have some
Yeah,
like conditioning.
yeah, exactly. So it's
Just
for
also
your
for
heart
your
and-
hormones. It's
Yeah.
actually really good. Like for sprints, doing sprints and just moving, going for walks. It's so healthy, and I
Yeah,
should do it
walking.
more.
Yeah, I actually also heard that for women, it's very important in the morning to walk in fresh air.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I never
Fresh
did
air,
that.
Yeah.
especially with like natural sunlight.
Mhm.
Even though it's cloudy, sunlight is very.
Yeah, and I feel that really did made a big difference since I'm walking every day in the morning.
I did that for a while. I stopped.
You know,
but
get the dog.
So
Get the
good.
dog. It's easy.
I will get the baby and I will get put
Yeah.
in the pram.
Yeah,
Like,
with the dog you just have to do it. But sometimes I
Well-
would work in the evening and I'm like, no, actually I love mornings.
I just love walking outdoor. I should do it way more.
Yeah, well, since I got a car, I have a car now for 1.5 years, and before I used to walk around everywhere. I used to walk to the bus station or the tram station, whatever,
You get more
and
fresh
I
air.
walked around in the city, and I walked around everywhere. I had like 20,000 steps daily. That was my standard. And then I got a car, and suddenly I stopped walking everywhere, and now I have all these back problems. I really started getting
Yeah.
back problems, and also I'm very moody, way more than before. Like
Mhm.
I think cardio and just walking, just get
Yeah.
your body
Yeah.
moving without the stress of weightlifting.
Mhm.
I think that's very important as well.
Yeah, you need
It
it.
is.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on
And
that.
we will not lose our butt as long as we keep pushing our body to
Yeah.
take more weights. The cardio is not gonna do anything.
And eat enough.
It's gonna make your workouts easier because you can actually keep breathing during your long squat
Yeah.
sets,
Mhm.
like not being out of breath.
And do you have like any specific tips for dieting if you are doing only home workouts?
Not differently than going to the gym. Like depends on your goal, obviously. I personally do not track my food anymore. I have done that for 3 years total. All the time, and now I am so tired of that. So
Yeah, me too.
I am
I hate
done
doing
with
that.
that. But just try to eat enough protein, and if you don't get enough in your normal diet, try to supplement it. Maybe some whey from Iron Eyes, for example.
Yeah. And also,
I take
Yeah.
a smoothie with like a banana, spinach, whole milk, and whey protein from
Mhm.
white chocolate
Yes.
from Iron Eyes every morning, and collagen. And it's just to kickstart my day with protein. And
Yeah, also what helped me with like getting more energy as well is like magnesium and vitamin C.
Yeah,
Those are
magnesium.
like
Yep.
my only supplements that I take right now.
Yeah.
Just that.
You should anyway take vitamins extra for women, especially important. And
Yeah, the
Magnesium.
magnesium is very important.
Oh,
And
it's
creatine,
very good.
creatine
Uh-huh.
is something else. Like
yeah.
we barely eat red meat anymore. I hate red meat.
I love
Are you
meat.
vegetarian?
No, I just don't like a lot of meat. I
It's difficult either.
yeah, I hate cooking.
Uh-huh.
No,
I
truly,
hate eating and cooking.
I like the eating part, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Everybody has their hobbies, you know.
Exactly.
So,
you
but
don't need
if
to
you
like
eat
everything.
Yeah.
Way too little red meat, like I am doing, supplementing with creatine really improves your strength, and it's the number one. Hoe noemt je dat?
Supplements.
Wetenschappelijk onderzocht.
Scientifically
Evidence-based,
proven?
yeah, evidence-based supplement that actually improves your physique and your strength and your physical.
Yeah. Also, don't
Yeah.
overcomplicate things, because my boyfriend is also a personal trainer, and he always tells me like, Laila, all the shit you see on the internet, like people tell you like, oh, but you should put your leg behind your back and stuff like that, and if you eat, you have to do this and this and that. Like, no, it's way easier than some people make it seem on the internet.
You
Like-
also don't have to meal prep, for example.
Yeah, you just need to, I think, intuitively eating. I
Mhm.
do that all the time. You do that as well right now.
Mhm.
It makes me feel at ease. I have less stress, and I just watch what my body needs at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's like not that complicated.
If you're not like in competitions,
yeah.
like really enjoy your life and eat.
Mhm.
Just make sure
Yeah.
you eat some protein
Yeah.
Yeah.
during the day if you really want to gain weight, and just don't eat too little if you want to gain weight, because that's my problem. Especially after this baby is out, you all have to send me DMs that I have to eat because when I'm tired, I stop eating. I just deflate. I get so small.
We'll do some food dates then.
Yeah.
We'll bring you food.
Truly, I lose all my muscles that I'm still training. Now I'm pregnant, still training pretty heavy, but I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose everything because I'm just gonna stop eating. And I'm not gonna be able to train, so my body is like, she's not training, and she's not eating, so she doesn't need the muscles. So okay, let's break down the muscles.
Yeah.
So she doesn't uses too much energy because she doesn't get too much in. So that's my main goal right now.
Well, we'll send you
because I will lose the butt. I will lose the butt otherwise.
But
it's gonna
even if your butt is like, because with your first pregnancy, I know that you had a very difficult time with the C-section as well. You you lost a lot of weight, but you still looked very good in my eyes. Like you lose like a part of your muscle. I think that's a big stress in our heads sometimes. Like if we have a bad period of training and eating, then we're like, stressed and like, oh my god, my body is changing already, and I should do this more.
But that was a long period.
Yeah, I know.
Because
it was like 6 months or something.
It was COVID as well.
Yeah.
So
also.
during my pregnancy, I could barely train.
Yeah, but I think that if you just stay consistent for the biggest part, and like you have a bad period, like you had like 6 months,
you can come back.
You can always recover. You can always come back, and I think that if we stress more and more about it, then it's just detrimental for our health as well. We shouldn't stress out about it that much.
Yeah, it took me some time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
but this time, it's gonna be easier.
Yeah, because now you have experience as well.
And I just can keep training heavy till the end.
That's very good.
So I think I will have a better recovery and I will be back at my heavy weights sooner rather than later.
And I also hope that you will have a vaginal birth.
Oh, please.
I really hope that, because I know the last time you were really, you were so upset about it.
I hated it, yeah.
Yeah, and like if you have like a certain idea in your head, it's like it should be.
Now I'm not too focused about it right now because I know it will break my heart if I have to have a C-section again. But it's just with a toddler. There's so much more that I really want a vaginal birth right now.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, girls, we will round it up.
Yeah, because
I think we had the answer, and if you have any comments or hate us or love us, talk about it.
If you have any questions, you can always send them in by DM,
commenting, share. Costs nothing, and thank you, Doreen, today.
Yeah, thank you
very much.
You're welcome. Thank you that I could come here.
Of course.
Yes.
No, we're very
if you
happy.
have more questions for Doreen, I think she will be happy to come over again and
sure
do this one more time. So
yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
Thank you.